What if I told you the next 20 minutes immersed in nature is enough to have lasting impact on your life? Take a big deep breath in, and then a big exhale. And feel the weight of your body. I'm in the land that raised me. I grew up in Scappoose, Oregon on a farm and had the privilege to get to play in forests all around with ferns and trees and moss. And I'm back for the holidays and reflecting on the land that raised me. Because of course I had parents and family and I had community just like the mushrooms here. But the land had a big role in my connection to the natural world that I am passionate to share with you. So I invite you to join me for the next 20 minutes on Odyssey with the land that raised me. And where this can apply to you is that this is an opportunity for you to reflect on the land that raised you. You might not have grown up in the Pacific Northwest. You might not have grown up on a farm, and that's okay. You may not know the answers, or you may not understand what it means to embrace the land that raised you. And that's okay. There's no right or wrong way to connect to the natural world. And I just ask and I just invite you to try to sit here with me in this beautiful forest and open up. Open up all the parts of you, all the parts of your inner self. Maybe that's your intuition. Maybe those are the feelings, things that are on your mind right now. Open up what you can and say yes to sitting with your nature among beautiful nature. Don't forget to feel the weight of your body. Take another big deep breath in and a big exhale. And thank you for joining me for the next 20 minutes. And the magic of reflection on the land that raised you is that in some small way you can go back to a time in your life when maybe there was less on your mind. Maybe there were less pressures to respond, react, to be proactive to daily life. So I invite you to go back to a time on the land that raised you when you could be closer to yourself, when you could feel or see your inner self shining. And open up to that time, open up to that person, say yes to reflection. And even if you grew up with cactus around you, what in this forest may resemble a cactus? Maybe the sharp fronds of the sword fern, perhaps. There's lots of different ways to find connection in the natural world that doesn't have to be literal. So I invite you to open up your heart, open up your creative ideation of your mind, your instincts, and sit with that concept of connection to this land with me. Don't forget to take a big deep breath in, big exhale, and feel the weight of your body and follow along for more of this goodness. My grandparents moved to Scappoose in the 1930s, and they started their family, and they had my dad and a bunch of other kids. And as I'm walking through this forest and I see this stump, this snag, this tree that once was living and now lives in a different way, because now things have sprouted around this tree that's now a source for nutrients. And when I think of my family, my grandparents, even my dad who's still alive, my mom, they are providing nutrients for me and for the rest of my family to grow. I invite you to spend time with this stump, with this snag, and pushing yourself a little further to go beyond seeing it just as a dead tree, just as decay, but really about the richness of what this stump is providing the forest. Maybe there's a person in your life, an ancestor, a grandparent that made a difference for you. And this is an opportunity to reflect on that, almost as if you're bringing in that relative, that good and true and beautiful ancestor into your nature connection session right now. And maybe you feel gratitude, maybe you have questions. This is a time to reflect on the foundation, the land, which can mean a lot of different things, the land that raised you. And the foundation of that is your ancestors. Take a big deep breath in, a big exhale. Feel the weight of your body. As I walk through this forest, it's very familiar to me. I reflect on the ups and the downs in my life and the times of sadness and disappointment and struggle, and how this land was here for me, to comfort me, to encourage me, to inspire me. And that's empowering. When I look at these deciduous plants, to the untrained eye, they may seem like, again, decay and fading colors, blots on leaves and things like that. And what I see is the fabric of the reality of life, of daily life, the ups and the downs. And these beautiful plants, as they are changing, as they offer an interesting variety of colors and textures, reflects back to me my life and how my life has had various textures and colors. My life has had death and decay in a variety of different ways. And the land has been there to help me. The land has been there to support me the whole time. I invite you to spend some time with these beautiful plants that are on their way to death and decay, and also reflect all the various ups and downs, all the various trials and tribulations of life. And see if you can find reflection on the trials and tribulations of your life, and take comfort knowing that the land that raised you, that this land, that the natural world everywhere, is a source of support during the good times, during the challenging times, during happiness, joy, and during times of sadness and sorrow. Remember to take in a deep breath and a big exhale, feel the weight of your body, and spend some time reflecting on all the colors, all the textures, all the variations of your life, and how the land is still supporting you right now to this day. Exciting for me when I'm on a trail and I come into two trees that are on either side of the trail, as you see there right behind me. In particular, if they're two different species, like this one is a hemlock and a maple, that's a gate, like it's a portal. It's a magical way to enter into a new realm of healing or wellness, awakening, or really just reflection and contemplation. Like today's walk today is really about reflecting on this land that raised me. And what I like to do is I like to leave something behind on this side, and I ask the gate, I ask the trees to take that from me, maybe something that doesn't serve me anymore, perhaps about my upbringing, my life, the ups and the downs, and I can leave it on this side and walk through, almost opening up my chest to what can exist on the other side. So I'm going to give it a try, and I'd like you to join me. Imagine something you want to leave behind on this side of the trail, and offer it to the trees and ask them to take that from you. And then as you walk through with me, open up, imagine you're opening up your heart, your spirit, maybe your mind, to what could exist on the other side. What are the possibilities? What does your life look like if you're able to shed some of these, maybe these burdens that you feel, or maybe questions or doubts that you have? What would your life look like if you were able to leave those behind? And open up to that and say yes to this being able to happen. Magic in the forest happens all the time. You just have to say yes to it. Remember, take a deep breath in, then the big exhale. Feel the weight of your body, and let's go through this portal together. Imagine you're leaving these things behind, and you're going to walk through with me. Remember, you're letting go of these things, and you're opening up. You're opening up to what can exist on the other side, and it can be anything that you want. As we look back at the gate there, you can see it from this side. How do you feel? Do you feel lighter? Do you feel like you were able to leave that behind? Take a big deep breath in, a big exhale, feel the weight of your body. And as we continue walking on this trail, reflect on that process, reflect on that experience and how that felt. Because you can do that anytime you go into nature, you can do that anywhere. Is really about saying yes and deciding that you want to make those changes or you want to practice that exercise. I love this little corner of this woods because there are two symbols when you're talking about the land that raised me, when you're talking about reflection on your life. Behind me, just in that direction, is a stump from a Douglas fir. All this land was logged in the 1930s. And as we talked about with the stumps, that tree can provide nutrients for the rest of the forest. And then on the other side of the trail is the base of a massive tree that was spared from harvesting. It was probably young at the time, and it's a Douglas fir. And Douglas fir stand for strength. They have thick roots because they're grabbing to the side, in this case, the side of a hill, of a mountain. And they are rooted in the ground, in the soil, and at the same time, they love sun and they love warmth. So they rise up with these long, tall bodies. They rise up to what's blue sky today, searching for that warmth. And over time, they develop these trunks that are just amazingly thick. And over time, they stand for wisdom. And I've created other nature connection experiences with just the Douglas fir to marvel at that. And they stand for wisdom and strength. As we are working on the land that raised us, as we are working on our roots, on that soil that provided the nutrients for us to grow to become the people we are today, I want to spend some time with this Douglas fir. I invite you to open up all the parts of your inner self to gain the strength, gain the resilience, gain the wisdom of this beautiful tree, and say yes to all of that within yourself too. In reflection on all the parts of you, all the aspects of nature that are within you right now. Remember to take a big deep breath in, a big exhale. Feel the weight of your body and reflect on your strength. Reflect on your roots. Reflect on what keeps you grounded in your own nature. No matter where you're from, no matter what way you grew up, we all were raised by the land in different ways, in different climates, in different temperatures, in different circumstances. It helps me feel closer to people, helps me feel closer to my family and to the planet, knowing that we all share the natural world. It's the world that's around us. It's the magic of nature's intelligence that supports us. May your reflections prove to be fruitful. Just remember that 20 minutes immersed in nature doing something connective like what we've done today is enough to make lasting changes in your life. Whether you're seeking healing and you want nature's medicine to help you, that's available doing this work. Or general wellness, lower anxiety, lower inflammation, that's also available doing this work. Or awakening, ideas, or having better focus on what is your purpose in life. All of these things are available by doing this regular work connecting to the natural world, because what you're doing is you're really connecting to your own nature. You're seeing yourself more clearly. Day by day, as you do this, you will see yourself more clearly. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel to watch more of these videos, to like this, comment, and share, and most of all, to make it a point to connect with nature in whatever way makes sense for you in your life. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you down the road.